What up guys, Justice here. Today is a commentary around the World Event 2, and this is where Armadylean is fighting out against Bandos. I did make a video around this where I was asking you guys, what boss are you going to be supporting? Now obviously I'm going to be supporting Armadylean, the god of justice, who supports freedom and the rights of people in Gillinor, and that's one reason why I'm supporting Armadylean. So I'm just going to show you little bits around the World Event 2. I'm sure everybody would have tried it out, so I'm just going to give you maybe a few little tips. Just go over the rewards, why different rewards are worth getting, why some aren't really worth getting, and also maybe little tips on how you can actually earn renown on this World Event. Now, when you first start off the World Event 2, when you choose Armadylean, you get a token, or when you choose Bandos, you get a token of Bandos. This token you want to wield in your inventory. The reason for that is that it upgrades over time, and in order to purchase different rewards, you need to have that token upgraded to a certain amount. So, for example, it starts off as bronze. If you want to purchase, let's say, the abilities, things like that, you need to have it on gold. So it upgrades as you go along. Now, the rewards, as you can see, you can have sacred armor there, you can have emotes and titles and experience, but the most important, or the one which you definitely want to get, is this sacrifice ability. Now, this ability deals 100% damage to your opponent. Sorry, when a basic ability deals 100% damage to your opponent, it actually heals you 100% of that. So it's very helpful for PvM fights or soloing bosses, let's say, when you're tanking. Switch to dual wield, try and use an ultimate ability maybe, but the actual sacrifice ability is just a basic, so it actually doesn't use up any of your adrenaline, which is a really positive thing, and it regenerates every 30 seconds, so every 30 seconds you can just tap that sacrifice ability and it does heal you up 100% of whatever you hit. Now, there are various ways you can earn renown on this world event. The easiest and most AFK-able way is to build these monuments which are scattered around the world, such as this one. Now, these monuments are quite important in terms of the logistics of this event. So, for example, these monuments are scattered around Gillinor, and a faction, your faction, will spawn randomly, and the rate of how much they spawn depends on the votes you make at the world event location, at your faction location. So these factions spawn across the world, and you can either follow them around the world and help protect your faction, and when they reach one of these monuments, they'll actually, if it's ready and it's got a full LP, full HP, so you'll actually be able to see the LP of your monument, then it'll actually be able to give out divine energy to the factions, and that's when the faction will, the caravans will stop in their position, and they will start collecting divine energy, so that the energy collectors around them will actually start collecting that divine energy. So that's quite interesting, and that's the most AFK-able way. However, it does take a long time. You can get a lot of experience from it, so I get around 30k a day if you are going to do construction, purely just AFK, but it does seem to take a very long time. You know, it's like 30-45 minutes just sat there trying to get it. So if you want to get it done quicker, there are other methods which I'll go through in a moment. Now, this is quite hilarious. So this is my first ever PvP kill since the EOC, so I really don't ever go PvPing, okay? I'm the worst PvPer ever. As you can see, I've got a shield on and everything. I've got full Tetsu. The reason for that is because, yes, I don't PvP. I wanted to survive. So this is my survival armor. Now, this guy was really going at it. He really wanted to kill me. To be honest, I'm surprised he hasn't taken me out yet, because he's got dual ascensions, and if he knew how to PvP correctly, I'm pretty certain he should have taken me out by now. But there again, I am really going at it here. I'm literally trying to protect my monument. I'm trying to use assault at the moment, different basics, and basically just constantly using defense abilities, to be honest, just to stay alive. This guy is actually getting raped. I'm pretty certain I'm going to kill him soon. So this is quite eventful, but moving on to past my first PvP kill, which hopefully I do get here very soon. A little tip for you: if you press F3 on your keyboard, it should automatically be keybinded to this interface, the Bird and the Beast interface, where you can actually see how much renown you've got, which is very helpful, and also you can enable and disable PvP. Now, if you make sure you do enable PvP though, because this increases your XP rates, and also it increases the speed in which you earn renown. If you have PvP disabled, it's going to take you a long time. Now, as you can see, my Armadylean supporters were, my Armadylean teammates were supporting me here, so they were like, "Go Urgent, go! Justice!" So I was getting a bit carried away there just with my name, but yeah, justice was served again, guys. Justice was served. Now, if you're an Armadylean follower, then this is where your faction will be. It'll be south of Faldor. You can teleport to it with your token up to 10 times a day, and you can place your votes here of what you want to escalate your army to. You can also do army management, and this way you can claim experience, I think, once a week. I actually claimed it and used it on divination, and I actually managed to claim 30k divination experience. I mean, that was really awesome. That's around half an hour worth of divination right there, so nice and easy experience per week. Now, moving on, a little cool feature around the tokens that you can have your own emote for your faction which you're supporting. Now, a very quick way to earn renown, or another method of, is by killing the Bandosian bodyguard or the Armadyl bodyguard, depending on what faction you support. In order to find out when convoy are present, a yellow message will appear in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, but to also know when they're present, you can right-click on your token and consult the map, and a yellow dot will contravene to a faction spawning around the world. Now, best tip is just to teleport to the nearest Armadyl monument which you've got present in the world, and then literally leg it from there and try and get to the Bandosian guards. Now, when you kill these Bandosian guards, you do earn renown, but you can also engage the caravans, as you can see here. Now, this is a really stupid place to put a caravan. It's right next to the bank, and also it's not in a PvP area, so it's quite strange for them to collect divine energy here. As you can see, Armadyl are absolutely obliterating these caravans, and this way you can actually earn renown from this as well. Also, by killing and engaging the caravans, you'll see sacred fragments appear on the ground. Now, these sacred fragments contribute to a component which you can pick up as well from killing these Bandosian bodyguard, and each component links to a different cosmetic override to your weaponry. So for example, there is an agency wand which can be made by combining 1000 sacred metal fragments with an agency wand component. So this is an override for any wand which you wield. So that pretty much wraps it up for tier 1 of the World Event 2. So for now, I will just leave it here, and you'll see me actually KO my friend, No Kick 47 there, and he got a bit pissed off with that, so he does come back and wants to challenge me on a 1v1. If you look closely into my inventory as well, you'll also see a skull there. That earns you prayer experience when you bury it within your faction. You get that from actually killing other people, so that's a little extra reward for anyone who actually does go PvPing here. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up for tier 1 of the World 2 event. The next World 2 event video will be focused on the tier 2 and what different rewards you can actually gain from that, and it'll also focus a bit more on the armor rewards. I strongly recommend anybody to get the sacrifice ability, which again I'll just go over briefly, where it'll actually heal 100% of whatever you hit. It's a basic ability and it regenerates every 30 seconds, so it doesn't use up any of your adrenaline either. So I'll leave that video here, guys. I do strongly recommend you buy that ability as your first purchase with your renown, and then if you're not a PVMer, just go for those experience lamps. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Justice will be served. Hello guys, Justice here. This video is going to go over the RS updates for this week, which includes coin share, the patch notes, and a little bit about the festive aura. I'm going to be talking over some footage I collected earlier when carrying out the new RuneScape tutorial.